Here, let's look at factoring trinomials. This is the harder case where we have a coefficient of something other than 1. In this case, we have 2. First thing we want to do is get the coefficient of the x squared and multiply it by the constant 12. So we're going to get 2 times 12, and we get 24. Now we want to figure out what is going to multiply to 24. And those same two numbers have to add up to our middle number, the coefficient of x here, the 11. So we take our time, think about that for a little bit. Some things that multiply to 24, like 2 and 12, but those are not going to add up to 11. And I noticed that 8 and 3 works. 8 and 3. Right? 8 and 3 satisfy both of these. 8 times 3 is 24. 8 plus 3 is 11. Then we're going to use those to break down this 11x. We're going to rewrite it as 8x plus 3x. And we just bring down the rest of it. We get 2x squared plus 8x plus 3x plus 12. Next thing we're going to do is group these together. So I'm going to group the first two parts together and the second two parts together. And we want to factor out what we can from each of those. We factor out the greatest common factor, 2x squared and 8x. We can factor out a 2x. We can divide each of those by 2x. So we're going to divide out by 2x, bring that to the front. 2x squared divided by 2x would be x. 8x divided by 2x would be 4. Over here, on the next one, we can divide out by 3. Divide each of these by 3 and bring that to the front. So I divide out by 3, 3x divided by 3, I get x. 12 divided by 3, I get 4. And we'll know we did it correct when we get the same binomial here. This will always happen. We get x plus 4, x plus 4. We're going to factor that out of both of these. Write it over here, x plus 4. And in another binomial, we're going to write what we have left over, the 2x and the 3, plus 3. And that's what we want to get. This is the factored version of the original trinomial. And you can check your answer as well, if you want to, by just multiplying this out. Let's look at another example though. Here we have one already worked out. We have 6x squared plus 13x minus 5. And we can see the same steps here. We want to go ahead and multiply the 6 and the negative 5. And we get negative 30. And then we have to go ahead and take the middle number, right? The 13. We figure out what multiplies to negative 30, and we got 15 and negative 2, and those also add up to the 13. Then I have to go ahead and break down that 13x. 13x becomes the 15x and the negative 2x. And then I do the same thing I did in the last problem. I go ahead, I divide by 3x, bring that to the front. 6x squared divided by 3x, I get 2x. 15x divided by 3x, I get 5. Over here, this doesn't turn into multiplication. I have a positive here. It's just grouping. I can divide out both of them by a negative 1. Bring that negative 1 to the front. Negative 2x divided by negative 1, I get 2x. Negative 5 divided by negative 1, I get 5. And again, we know we did it correctly because we get the same binomial. 2x plus 5, 2x plus 5. Shouldn't be an x squared there. It's just 2x plus 5 and 2x plus 5. And then we go ahead and we group together the remaining 3x minus 1. We get 3x minus 1. And this is our factored version. Alright, that'll wrap up the video there.